In the heart of the vibrant city, where the pulse of life hummed, and the scent of jasmine bloomed, Jack and Emma's love story blossomed. Jack, an aspiring architect with eyes that saw the world in intricate structures, and Emma, a spirited painter whose brushstrokes captured dreams and unseen hues, found their paths converging at a cozy art gallery. Emma's paintings, each a window into her vivacious soul, adorned the walls, drawing Jack in with their vibrant colors and the raw emotion they exuded. As he stood mesmerized, Emma approached, her smile as radiant as the sun in her masterpiece. Their conversation flowed like a gentle stream, weaving a tapestry of shared dreams, aspirations, and a deep connection that transcended words. Their bond deepened with each passing day, their dates painting the city with laughter, shared secrets, and stolen moments under the starlit sky. Jack was captivated by Emma's free-spirited nature, her infectious laughter, and her untamed spirit. Emma, in turn, found solace in Jack's thoughtful demeanor, his calm presence, a steady anchor in her vibrant world. In a whirlwind of emotions, they exchanged vows beneath a canopy of cherry blossoms, the air fragrant with the promise of spring. Their love was a harmonious blend of passion and tranquility, a testament to the belief that opposites attract. Their hearts were entwined, each beat a melody of a love story that they believed would endure the test of time. As they embarked on their journey together, building a life filled with shared dreams and laughter, little did they know that the threads of trust that bound them would soon be tested, unraveling a tale of love and betrayal. Life in the heart of the city, with its ever-changing rhythms, had settled into a comfortable cadence for Jack and Emma. Their mornings began with shared smiles over steaming cups of coffee, a ritual that Jack held dear. He watched the sun peek through their kitchen window, casting a golden glow on Emma's face, her eyes reflecting dreams yet to be fulfilled. Their two children, bundles of energy and joy, filled their home with laughter and occasional mischief, rounding out their perfect little world. Jack's career as an architect flourished, his designs becoming landmarks in the city's skyline. Emma, with her artistic soul, found her calling in painting, working alongside a local contractor, bringing color to the canvas of people's homes. Their life was a tapestry of love, work, and family, a delicate balance they had mastered with grace. However, as autumn leaves began to fall, painting the city in hues of orange and brown, Jack noticed subtle changes. Emma's once bright laughter began to fade, her cheerful banter replaced with silence. Her phone, usually left carelessly on the kitchen counter, was now a constant companion, buzzing with messages that she guarded like precious secrets. Jack's concern deepened when Emma started coming home later than usual, her explanations vague and her gaze averted. She talked about new projects at work, her words rushing like a river, yet her eyes lacked their usual spark. Jack, absorbed in a demanding project, tried to brush off his worries, attributing them to the stress of their busy lives. One day, Emma's absence stretched for hours. Jack, in a routine born out of love, called to let her know the kids were safe with the babysitter. Her hurried response, the sound of a male voice in the background, sent a ripple of unease through Jack's heart. The voice echoed, as if in a large, empty space, not the cozy clutter of her usual worksite. Hours ticked by, each one heavier than the last. Jack's calls went unanswered, his messages lost in the void. Concern morphed into panic as he called the babysitter, only to find that Emma hadn't been in touch. The puzzle deepened when he reached out to her colleagues, and no one seemed to know of her whereabouts. Finally, Emma answered, her voice distant, her explanation a hurried patchwork of words. She spoke of staying late at work, a stark contrast to the silence of her phone earlier. Jack's mind raced, piecing together the inconsistencies. The trust that had been the foundation of their relationship started to crumble under the weight of doubt. That night, as Jack lay awake, the moon casting shadows across their bedroom, he realized that the subtle shift he had noticed was more than just the ebb and flow of their busy lives. It was a storm brewing, a wind of change that threatened to uproot the very essence of their love and trust. In the quiet of the night, Jack made a decision. He would seek the truth, no matter how painful it might be. The love that had once been their anchor now felt like a ship adrift in a sea of doubts. Jack knew that the coming days would test the very foundations of their relationship, a relationship that was unraveling thread by thread under the weight of secrets and lies. As the city hummed with its usual energy, Jack felt the world around him stand still. His mind was a whirlpool of confusion and hurt, swirling with unanswered questions about Emma. Once a haven of love and laughter, their home now felt like a maze of secrets, each room echoing the growing distance between them. Armed with the fragments of truth he had gathered, Jack confronted Emma. The chilly evening air thickened with tension as they settled into their living room, the usual warmth replaced by an icy uncertainty. Jack's voice trembled as he asked her about the unexplained absences, the mysterious phone calls, and the male voice he had overheard. Emma's reaction was a mix of surprise and anger. Her eyes, once so open and honest, now darted around, avoiding his gaze. She spoke of needing space, feeling overwhelmed by work and home responsibilities. Her words were a tangle of excuses and half-truths, her explanations about the phone calls vague and unsatisfying. Jack's heart sank as he listened to her. The woman he had loved and trusted for years now seemed like a stranger, her words a foreign language he couldn't understand. The more she spoke, the more the foundations of their marriage crumbled. Her explanation for the bruises and burns, a result of yoga without a mat, sounded far-fetched, a flimsy cover for a truth too painful to admit. The confrontation left more questions than answers. Jack lay awake that night, staring at the ceiling, the shadows playing tricks on his mind. His thoughts were a chaotic storm, each one colliding with the next. The trust that had been the bedrock of their relationship was now shattered, the pieces too jagged to fit back together. The morning sun rose over the city, casting a warm glow on the streets, but in Jack's heart, there was only a cold, numbing ache. The confrontation with Emma had left him adrift in a sea of confusion and heartbreak. Once a sanctuary of love, their home now felt like a silent witness to their crumbling relationship. Jack wandered through the rooms, each corner a reminder of the happier times they had shared. The pictures on the walls, the laughter of their children, the memories of shared dreams, all now overshadowed by the cloud of betrayal. Emma's presence in the house was like a ghost, her laughter and warmth replaced by a heavy silence that weighed on Jack's soul. He tried to grasp the remnants of their love, to find some glimmer of the woman he had fallen in love with, but the trust that had bound them together was shattered. The more he thought about her explanations, the more they seemed like a maze of deceit, leading him further away from the truth. The final blow came when Jack, in a desperate search for clarity, stumbled upon hidden messages on Emma's phone. The words on the screen were, "I can't believe I'm saying this, but I'm in love with you. You make me feel alive in a way that Jack never could. I can't wait to start a new life with you, far away from Jack." It felt like daggers to his heart, confirming his worst fears. The realization that the woman he loved had shared a part of herself with another was unbearable. The fabric of their marriage, once so strong, was now torn beyond repair. In the days that followed, their home became a battleground of silent stares and unspoken accusations. The children, sensing the tension, moved through the house like shadows, their laughter silenced by the storm brewing between their parents. Jack faced a crossroads, his heart torn between the love he still felt and the betrayal that had shattered it. He knew that their relationship, once a beacon of hope and happiness, was now a shipwreck, lost in the stormy seas of deceit and lies. The story ends on a heartbroken note, with Jack making the painful decision to step away from the marriage. The love that had once been their anchor had been eroded by the tides of betrayal, leaving him adrift, alone, and lost. As Jack stood alone in the empty house, the echoes of their shared laughter haunting the silence, he felt a profound sense of loss, like a part of him had been irreparably torn away. The love that had once been their anchor, a beacon of hope in the storms of life, had been eroded by the tides of betrayal, leaving him adrift in a sea of heartbreak. The pain was a constant companion, a gnawing ache in his heart that refused to recede. He replayed the events of the past few months, each revelation a sharp stab to his soul, each lie a betrayal of the trust they had built over the years. Amidst the ruins of their love, Jack grappled with a torrent of emotions: anger, sadness, confusion. He questioned his own judgment, wondering if he had missed the signs, the subtle clues that had hidden in plain sight. But more than anything, he mourned the loss of the woman he thought he knew, the woman who had captured his heart with her vibrant spirit and infectious laughter. The Emma he had loved had vanished, replaced by a stranger shrouded in deceit. As the sun dipped below the horizon, casting long shadows across the empty rooms, Jack realized that the love he had held so dear was now a ghost, a lingering memory that would forever haunt his heart.